This episode from Driving with Gloves is about Britain's oldest car make, although the last car was built in 2007. So let's wait what the future will bring.
Hi, my name is Cor, and welcome to my channel, Driving with Gloves. I always drive with car gloves. Your question might be, why do I drive with gloves? And my answer is, why not? Confusingly, the name Daimler or Daimler in German is used by two completely separate groups of car manufacturers. You have on one side the Daimler AG from Germany with the famous car brand Mercedes-Benz. On the other hand, you have the Daimler Motor Company based in Coventry, England. The history of both companies can be traced back to the German engineer Gottlieb Daimler. But this episode is not about German cars. No, this episode is dedicated to a car brand known as Britain's oldest car make, which became already in 1898 the official transportation of royalty.
The UK patent rights to the Gottlieb Daimler's engine were purchased in 1893 by Frederick Sims, a German with British passport, who was born in Hamburg, Germany, and was a good friend of Gottlieb Daimler. Sims formed a new company, the Daimler Motor Syndicate. In 1896, Sims and Harry Lawson, a British bicycle designer, moved into car production in the city of Coventry as the Daimler Motor Company.
Until 1955, Daimler cars were popular with the royal family, but Elizabeth II favoured Rolls-Royce above Daimler.
When still a princess, the future Queen Elizabeth II of Great Britain decided that Daimler would no longer be the preferred purveyor of royal state limousines. Instead, she chose Rolls-Royce. There are probably two reasons for this change. First, Princess Elizabeth was a car mechanic during World War II, contributing to the war effort by working on army vehicles. Therefore, she might have had a knowledgeable preference for the inherent quality of Rolls-Royce. Second, Daimler was entangled in scandals relating to the shameful behavior of Lady Docker, the wife of Daimler's managing director.
So, in afterwar Britain, Daimler was therefore struggling. On the other hand, Jaguar was doing very well. Exactly 10 years before I was born, on the 29th of May 1960, Jaguar bought the Daimler Motor Company and paid £3.4 million sterling.
The Daimler Majestic Major was already in production and was continued until 1968. By then, a new car was developed by Jaguar, based on the Jaguar 420G, the Daimler DS420.
Thanks to Auto Vogel in Switzerland, I have the opportunity to drive a Daimler from 1992. But this episode is not about the last Daimler Sovereign 420 from 1992. No, this episode is about a Daimler XJ-40. There were three different versions from the XJ-40. First, you had the Jaguar XJ6. Second, you had the Jaguar Sovereign. And third, you had the top of the bill Daimler. Although the Daimler looks like a Jaguar XJ6, it's not only a rebadged Jaguar.
No, it has a more luxurious interior, single seats with console in the rear, picnic tables. It has also a limited slip differential, aircon with climate control and a sunroof, and there is better woodwork.
And the most important thing for driving with gloves, you get a bigger glove box. And look at this nice detail. There is a little mirror in it. So, I would say that this Daimler is not just a Jaguar XJ6. No, it's more a Jaguar Sovereign with a higher trim level and slightly more equipment. Heated seats, sunroof, picnic tables, full leather seats of more luxurious design, a chrome strip down the side and dark rear lights.
The people at Jaguar started already in the 70s with the development of the XJ-40. The final design was made by the own Jaguar design team.
The owner of Jaguar at that time, British Leyland, wanted to put a Rover V8 engine in the XJ-40, but the Jaguar people didn't want this engine, so they made the engine bay of the XJ-40 so narrow that a V8 couldn't fit. So the engine of choice was the straight 6 Jaguar engine.
The AJ6 Advanced Jaguar 6-cylinder was an inline 6-piston engine used by Jaguar in the 1980s and 90s. It was designed to replace the much-loved Jaguar XK6 engine and was introduced in 1984. The AJ6 was only the third engine ever designed by the company. The 24-valve double overhead camshaft 4-liter version replaced the 3.6-liter AJ6 in 1989. It featured a longer 102mm stroke and generated 226 PS and 377 Nm of torque.
And Jaguars, they miscalculated the fact that in the late 80s and early 90s, Mercedes-Benz and BMW introduced V12 engines in the S-Class and 7 Series, but the engine bay of the XJ-40 was simply too small for a V12. That was the reason why the Series 3 was still continued for such a long time with the V12 engine.
Not until 1992, and only for 2 years, the V12 engine was used in the XJ-40. It took a substantial redesign of the engine bay in 1992 for the V12 to fit. The XJ-40 was much more modern in appearance than its predecessor, with a more linear and rectangular shape. Its lines were pure Jaguar. The new rectangular headlights on some versions and tail lights were among the signs that things had changed since the first XJ6 was introduced 20 years earlier.
But I'm very glad that this Daimler has round lights, because I think it's way more pretty.
The XJ-40 was also the first Jaguar to feature what would become a Jaguar trademark, the J-gate gear selector, which offers better control of the automatic transmission.
On the roads, even today, when well maintained like this car is, the XJ-40 Daimler is smooth, powerful and comfortable, made to cruise, while its passengers enjoy the luxury. And the driver enjoys the driving. This car is very well equipped with ABS, airbags, cruise control, security system and good sound system.
And it is a fantastic car for traveling. Just look how much space you have in the boot.
This wonderful Daimler is for sale at Auto Vogel in Switzerland. And do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Driving with Gloves, and to like this video. See you soon in a new episode from Driving with Gloves.